Welcome back to my channel, fellow gardeners. Today I'm looking at the blue sage. They also call it the false blue sage. Look at those beautiful colors. Now the other name for this is the lead flower. Now what I'd like to do today is actually, this is one of my best bushes and I have it along here as a hedge. What I'd like to do is actually teach you how to propagate this plant so that you too can actually have it in your garden. Aren't they beautiful? My name is Alice and I'm the Red Soil Gardener. Basically, I just love this flower and it's great for hedges, as you've seen at the back. Now, what they call it again, let me go through it. It's the blue sage flower or the false blue sage or the lead flower. Now, there are different varieties. You do get them in pink, you get them in violet, but you'll have to look for those variety, and this is the one I have. Now, the thing about this plant is actually native to the Himalayas, which makes it really exotic. And slowly it was introduced into the tropics and the subtropics. And that's how we managed to get them here. But to do a propagation is a very simple propagation like what we've always done. It's all about working with the node and submerging the node in the soil. Now, what is the sun requirement, the light requirement? Here you could have it in full sun, which I have in the front of my garden, and I do have a blue sage there that is flowering at the moment. Or you could have it in partial sun, as we did at the introduction. We don't receive so much sun there, but it is partial and it is still blooming. Now the thing about the blue sage, what sort of soil requirements do you need? Basically, it just likes to have a well-draining soil, and the soil should be relatively moist. But once you've been able to do that, is that you could water it every 2 weeks, but make sure you give it ample amount of water, and especially during the flowering season, just water it a bit more so it helps bring out those blooms. And also during the hot weather, like for example, if last year when there was a heat wave in the northern hemisphere, do water it a bit more, because what happens is that it is quite a thirsty flower because it has so much foliage, it has so many leaves. Now, once it doesn't receive that, the watering, especially during the heat wave, what happens is that the flowers wither and then they fall off. So you don't see the beauty of the plant. But just give it extra water during summer, heat wave, and during the flowering season. Where would you actually have this plant? I would have it, as I did at the back, as a hedge. And when it does go into its brilliance, all you do is have this chain of blue flowers. Another idea is to have it in a container. So even if you are living in an apartment, you could have a container in full sun or partial sun, and basically make sure that the soil is moist, and you could have it there because once it does flower again, it gives you that brilliance. Another thing you could do with the flower is, once you do plant it in your garden, do plant it slightly at the back, because it is a late bloomer. When everything else has finished, this is when our blue sage comes out with its glory. So do have it at the back, so while it's waiting to flower and the others are flowering, it's sort of inconspicuous, and then suddenly when it does decide to bloom, it does show its glory and its beautiful flowers. Now, propagation for this flower, a plant, is actually very simple. What I did today is I did pick a few of these stems, and so basically we're just going to do the normal stem propagation, which basically means that we will leave at least 2 leaves on the plant. But what I'll do here, because this is a big leaf, I might even snip this one in half, like that. And that's snipped in half. I might, why don't I remove that? And what I will do is that These bracts, as I mentioned, is where the flower comes from. These bracts, you don't need them because basically it's eating up your energy. So I would actually remove them. Now the funny thing about propagating, because I've got the ones I propagated, is they started flowering, but it's not so bad. So what I'm going to do here is I've removed the bracts. I've kept a few leaves here for the food supply of photosynthesis, like that. And so I'm just going to nip this one slightly a bit more. And this is what I'm going to use for propagation. So I'm going to go through this one again, the same thing, remove the bract, which I'm going to just, there, snipped it off, and the bud at the top. Remove this bract, remove those baby ones here. Oh, there's another one there. Remove that, and maybe snip this into half, like that. And that's another one I'm going to use for propagation. And the last one, this one, I think I am going to just remove these ones and then remove the bracts here. Just remove that, remove this one and that one. And then usually at the top is you do get a bract and the bud. So I'm just going to remove it like that. And again, that's what I'm going to do. So these are 3 stems that I am going to propagate. So I've got my soil and I have my stems which I'm going to propagate. I'm just going to simply take it and make sure that the nodes, which is this and that, is basically submerged like that. Simple propagation. Just need to remove some of this here. Oops. There we go. And again, do a similar one here. Is I have my node here, just there, and I'm just going to simply put it again in soil. And the last one, I have removed the bracts, is I have my node down here, and I'm just going to stick it in the soil, just like that. And then what I do is keep the soil moist and put it in indirect light and in a place where it is warm, and basically your propagation is good to go. If you do get in a situation that you want to speed it up, and we will do an episode on this, is we can actually put it in a Ziploc or cover it with plastic or make a dome, but that is for another day, but this is good to go. Now, basically, I'll just put that aside. Now, these are the propagations I did using the same method, and basically, let's just have a look at it. And they did, the problem with this plant, it just flowers all the time. And so here is a bract because I've just had a flower. I'm just going to remove those. But basically, is that if I pull this one out, let's have a look at it, is again, with flower, I still have a lot of rooting. If we can see it, let me just put it there. Now that's my rooting. So a soil propagation does work and it does do well. And what I would do is actually keep it in here for a little while. And then what I will do is actually plant it into a bigger pot. So let me just put it back in here. And this one seems pretty well and started flowering. So let's, I think we can just leave that flower for as long as we have a propagation going on. So with this one, let me just pull it out. Ooh, this is a good one. And if I do, oh my gosh, this is a good propagation. So basically from the node, you get that sort of propagation happening. Look at those lovely roots and lovely and healthy. And that comes from the node, which is basically, there's a node here at the base. And basically that's a good rooting. So what I would like to advise is that, especially when you're doing this sort of propagation and you want to have like for example, have it for your pots and containers. Do make a lot of these sort of propagations. So in the end, you can make a hedge if you do make, let's say, 20 of this type of propagation. Once they do start rooting, you can use it for a hedge, and make some so you can sprinkle them around the garden, around your balcony. But they do work very fast. So I'm going to put this one back, just like that, and put it back in here. So that is just a simple stem propagation on your blue sage, and it does work. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode, and don't forget to like and share, press that notification button so you know. Basically, we upload every Thursday, and don't forget to press the subscription button. Do introduce us to your friends, families. Summer is coming, and this spring is coming, in fact. So it's the right time to start looking at your propagation and seeing what you want to be done. Do look for this plant because it's so beautiful and it has such an abundance of flowers. So thank you so much and have a lovely, lovely day. Thank you. Bye.